Outstanding.
Well, that's
Yourself?
good. I'm tired, but I'm good. Uh, okay. So, hey everyone, welcome to the second episode of the Unofficial Community Podcast. I probably will change the name later, but that's the name for now. With our guest, SubParLover. Hello.
Oh,
Yay!
oh, come on now.
We have our usual co-host with us, Joel's Dude, Killer Six, and Damn It to Hell.
That guy sucks.
Guy sucks. So how you guys doing today? What you guys up to?
Hanging out with you guys.
It's just hanging out with some somewhat cool people.
Oh, no, you.
I'm here.
Yeah, and I'm here too.
Yeah.
I was going to say somewhat, and damn it.
I mean,
And damn it, yes.
I'd have suspicions if you weren't here.
Weird. No, it's 9:20 a.m. where I am, and it's Mother's Day here, and there are a whole bunch of people walking around in my house. So hopefully, you won't be able to hear them throughout the podcast because they're under strict instructions to please be quiet because I'm surrounded by very, very cool people who I want to impress. So that's what I'm doing. I'm having a coffee at 9:20 a.m.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, don't worry about the noise. Even if there is like noise, you don't have to worry about it. I'm pretty sure if I turn on my air conditioner, it'll make everything you come out of your microphone nullified anyway. So, yeah. So, well, I guess I can introduce. Sorry. So, SubParLover, what do you stream? I guess we'll introduce yourself.
So I am SubParLover. I go by, people call me Sub, well, they call me all sorts of names, but mostly Subby, Australian broadcaster on Twitch, over at twitch.tv/SubParLover. Stream Borderlands 2, primarily. Looter shooter games, really. Started to ease back into Destiny 2, which is a game that I really enjoy. And yeah, that's about what I do. Basically, a lot of chat interaction, same as you guys. A lot of chat interaction focused. Unlike specifically, who is a walking god in the Borderlands world. I'm not the best player in the world, but we like to have a laugh and we like to have some fun. So community, and that's what I do essentially, like 4 days a week. That's about it.
Nice. How did you start on Twitch, by the way? I'm curious. Where'd you get your name?
Where did I start?
Yeah.
So, where did I get my name has been one of the questions I've got asked 1,000 times. I like to tell people it's from years and years of negative feedback. It's basically just, I'm pretty sure it was like, back on the original Xbox, well, they still do it, like a name generator.
Yeah, I think that's how Joel Stewart got his name too.
Lover was in there somewhere. I can't remember what it was, but I've always had like a self-deprecating sense of humor. And then Lover came up, and even like 14-year-old me was like, SubParLover. And I'm like, yeah, perfect.
Nice.
And then I've never changed it. So I probably had the opportunity when I started Twitch. I started a year ago last month. So it's been like 10 months now. And I probably should have at the start thought of something like, MLG Slayer 420 __X or something like that. SubParLover, but I went with it. I'm happy. And I started on Twitch just... what I really wanted to do was stream Destiny. Like, because I watched Pro Bro, Professor Broman, Tefty, and those kind of streamers, and really liked the positive community that Destiny had.
Yeah, I kind of get you actually. Most of the podcasts I've watched, most people actually got introduced into Twitch from Destiny. It is.
I got introduced to Twitch from Destiny, but because up until about 4 months ago, I had horrible internet connection, so I couldn't actually play Destiny. And I kind of looked around for games that were like not as taxing.
Yeah.
Ironically,
yeah.
it was Borderlands 2. And it turns out that Borderlands 2 has got just as good of, if not a better community than Destiny in terms of, friendly viewers, very tight knit community, a positive kind of outlook, and awesome streamers in it. So
I think that's
I
gonna
stream Destiny.
happen anyway because it's a small community. There are not much people in it, but in Destiny you have what, thousands and thousands of people every single day. So
Got literally dozens now.
yeah, and if a new raid comes out, you have even more people coming in. So
20 people are there.
yeah, at least more than 20.
Now don't start being snarky there, K6.
Yeah, come on, K6.
No snark.
Australians.
What have you got
Australians
against
have
Fungo?
snarkiness? I'm just having a little fun with it.
Yeah, I think I didn't really say the origin of my name. It kind of was from Shadow the Hedgehog. I made it up when I was 10.
Oh.
So that was like 12 years ago,
I had no
something
idea.
like that.
That
Yeah,
was
it's
last week.
it's a pretty old name. It used to have the 1996 before I removed it and thought that was actually a little bit unprofessional to have that. But
Did you have a 1994 too?
I think I had anywhere from 1945 to 2000.
Shadow Evil
Something,
2018.
I don't think the number thing's hurting Jolt's dude's professionalism too much.
It's like I can't get rid of it now. It's like part of my name.
Yeah.
If I get rid of it, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah,
Nothing's wrong with numbers. I mean, look at that K6 guy,
Yeah.
right?
or damn it
Killer.
to hell.
I have a number in my name. Which one of these things is not like the others?
So damn it to
Yeah.
hell, tell us about you. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you like to do?
I am also originally from the Destiny directory on Twitch. Moved over to found Borderlands and started playing it probably 10, 11 months ago, almost a year, and never looked back. Borderlands has been amazingly supportive of the new guy coming over, not knowing anything about the game, and then a year later, still knowing nothing about the game. But it's I foster a community like most of you that's based on chat interaction. I know the majority of the people that come in my stream, I know at least one thing about them. Know their names, know what's going on, stuff like that. Basically, I hit the start stream button and I just goof off for like 6 hours a night, and people show up and watch for some reason.
For some reason. Yeah, I'm the same way here, I guess. Whenever I got introduced into Twitch, that was from 2013. I wanted to originally do the One Life Challenge because it was going on. It was pretty brand new. I had not even a microphone that was a headset. It was one of those things that you put on the line of your headset, kind of microphone. So if it was terrible. I came from the days of streaming 500 bitrate as well. I still don't understand how I even got through, but I somehow did. Because 500 bitrates, you can literally see the pixels just pixelating away. But yeah, I just kept streaming One Life until I got to OP8 Salvador. That's when I stopped streaming One Life, and I guess I got into the patch. I guess that's when I started making it and kind of innovating my channel in that way.
Now you probably beat One Life, right?
I didn't beat One Life. I got to OP8 and I beat the story.
Okay.
I just didn't beat One Life because I had to beat all the DLCs and just struck peak on OP8, which I'd never happened because on my way finishing the Torg DLC, I got knocked off to the lava. So
Yeah, that's tough.
I was over it because it's not that big of a deal. I already got my goal of just getting to OP8.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, it's like even if you do everything perfectly, the game can still just say no, and then just like you're dead.
yeah, the game decides. You don't decide.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was nothing I can do about it. it was a 100% death. I was knocked into lava. It's not like that one time I actually got knocked off in Southern Shelf with no second winds. I was actually able to get a second wind still because I had the racks up in the air. I was able to shoot them slightly, and I got a second wind.
Oh, nice. That's why my best one life is like 28.
Yeah, I think now we're even getting to OP8 is not that big of a deal in one life because everyone's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I got to 7 once. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty ashamed because I died at the first fire barrel at the beginning.
You know, I unironically have died to that once because I was just jumping around. I was talking to Chad. I didn't realize there was a fire barrel there, and I died.
Yeah.
So
one slip up, that's all it takes.
Yeah, just one slip up. It was fun though. We had a bit of a laugh, and that one life where I actually jumped off the snowman's ledge by mistake. Good times. How about you, Killer Six?
How about me? My name's Killer Six. I play video games badly. And have fun doing it. Normally I stream Monday through Friday without fail, but last few weeks not so much. Building a studio in the house, so stream schedule's been all out of whack.
Yeah, I understand. I think this is my first stream in a week where I actually almost broke my arm.
Ooh.
And I had internet issues. Other than the internet issues, my sleep schedule was all messed up. So I sleep at 6 p.m. which
so your mom told you could go blind, but she never warned you that you could break your arm.
Yeah.
You're definitely doing something wrong, Shadow.
Never realized streaming was a full contact sport. Worst injury I've had is like stubbing my toe.
While doing that?
I've hit my knee on the desk.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I had any streaming injury. I think I fell off my chair once. I don't know what I was doing, but I think I fell off.
Should have been there for that one.
That was the one Shadow Evil drunk stream that we missed.
Thankfully, clips were a thing back then, so. I
was gonna say, did you make it onto Twitch fails?
No.
You've made it.
That would have been awesome, but no. No, I don't think I had any streaming injuries. That's it takes some talent to get some streaming or some injury.
Amazing if someone did have some stream injuries.
Well,
what happened to you? 24-hour stream and I fell asleep and smashed my head on the keyboard.
Ooh.
Talking about that, I guess this is a bit of a controversial topic, but people driving and streaming.
Oh man.
Pokemon Go. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
No, there was
driving.
There was like a recent one where people are just looking at their chat and they're just driving. And,
yeah.
And because they're looking at their chat, they're not focusing on the road, and one of them even hit a truck.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's
just dumb.
Twitch made it so it's against the terms of service now, just to stream while you're driving because it can cause some serious injuries. Thankfully, the guy's alright.
If it's against the law, it probably is against the terms of service.
Yeah, it should be.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Streaming whilst doing a murder. Oh, okay. Better put that in the terms of service.
Yeah, better put that in the updated terms of service. Everybody needs to read that email now.
No streaming
Jolts dude
murdering.
Who's this Jolts dude guy?
Never heard of him.
Oh, me?
Well,
let's see here. I started my channel on Call of Duty, believe it or not. And it was a lot of fun at first, don't get me wrong. But over time, I knew the community was a little bit toxic, and I pretty much knew I had to move on. So.
A little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie. The old Jolts was pretty bad. He's pretty vulgar, too. I'll say that much. But he made changes, and he's a new person today. But, yeah, I just came to the Borderlands community, played it since release day, and loved it ever since. Everybody's friendly, helpful, and I love it.
Did you say mugged ever since?
It's home. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been mugging everybody.
Oh, okay. I see.
He just like pops into people's streams and just mugs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
isn't
does
it?
his
No, but
best
break
with
yourself.
stands and mugs.
The
Break
thing is, though,
yourself,
like,
fool. Give me your
I
bits.
played Borderlands 1 since '09 when it first came out, but I didn't start streaming and making videos till Borderlands 2.
Yeah,
So
wasn't
I'm
your
kind of bummed out
first-
about that. I kind of wish I started earlier.
Wasn't your first video or most famous video about what is it, Minecraft?
That's the most popular video. But my
Yeah.
very first one, that doesn't exist anymore. It was a Call of Duty video, and it was a pretty bad video, so I took it down for reasons. But the first video on my channel now is the How to Kill Skagzilla, like recorded on my Tube TV shaky camera. Yeah, it's still there.
With an
I've
arm
seen that.
reveal.
You're just checking all the boxes.
There's
Yeah,
a Jolts Dude hand reveal in that video if you guys go check
there
it out.
is. Yes, there is. Yeah. And the reason I left that video up is not because it's a terrible video, but just to show people I started somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody starts somewhere. You don't just jump into, hey, I'm popular, you know. I mean, maybe some people, but for the most part, I just want to show people that's where I started.
No, it's tough starting out now, especially because the platform is so, there's so many people here, and Twitch and
Right.
YouTube, and everyone wants to be the next ninja. Just because
I think that's awesome, Jolts, that you've left that up there. I think a lot of people would look at you and the size of your channel and what you're capable of doing both on YouTube and Twitch. And I haven't seen that. Like, I think that's pretty incredible. And I'll probably, after we do this today, go back and watch it. But I just think there will be a lot of people who look at Twitch and think, you know what, this is a mountain that's just too hard to climb.
Right.
Video, and see you filming it. So you filmed your actual TV, like with a camera. It wasn't like a webcam type deal or anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So you can go to anybody's video. Just like, even I watched like Ninja's first video on Twitch, and like you could see like how it was then and how it was today. Like, it's completely different.
Yeah, everyone.
There's always evolution going on.
Yeah, everyone starts somewhere. That's very true. I just feel like it's different nowadays, especially because expectations are a little bit different nowadays.
Yeah.
People now expect
like,
you
for
to
people-
stream at like 1 billion bit right now, and
Yeah, but for like people starting out, you don't have to buy a expensive camera, setup, PC, keyboard, mouse, all this stuff. Start out simple and just kind of build up from there. If you
Yep.
really like it, just put some more time into it, put some more money into it, make it a thing.
I've seen a lot of people
doable.
do that, where they just buy like a NASA computer and they just set it up all good, and they buy good internet, and streaming. They're just not a streamer type. It just won't work out for them, and they just wasted their money then, and they just have to switch off.
Right.
I started streaming straight from PS4, and I think the biggest issue now is that with the affiliate program, everybody thinks they can be rich. So
Yeah.
there's a huge amount of saturation now compared to a year ago, because there's that one guy who made $20 in a stream, and he told all his friends about it. Now they're all streamers because they want to make $20 too.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Money
they
from
make their
playing
channel.
video games.
They don't get rich, and after 2 weeks, I hate this. This is stupid.
Do you think this
Right.
is a wrong way to get introduced to Twitch, though?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you think that is a wrong way to get introduced into Twitch?
Absolutely. I feel like, myself personally, I was a fan of Twitch before I was a streamer. And I had, when I started my channel, I had no visions of grandeur, being famous or making money. I never thought I'd get 100 followers. So I feel like it's much more rewarding if you do something with it and you're able to make something out of it without any expectations than people who come in thinking, all right, I'm going to be rich and famous, and then it doesn't happen, and now they're jaded.
That's
Right.
Like the one piece of advice that every time somebody asks me for any kind of advice on starting out streaming, that is almost word for word what I tell them. It's like, don't go into it thinking that this is going to be something that you can make a living from. It
Right.
takes a lot of luck, a lot of passion, lots of sleepless nights, lots of sacrifice.
lots of
And
blood.
I
Or
think the greatest
or fall off
the
chairs.
greatest analogy that I've ever heard is it's the same. Like, I heard this a while ago, and it's perfect. Like, it's the exact same nowadays and probably even back then, like signing up to Twitch, I'm going to be a Twitch streamer, I'm going to make heaps of money and stuff like that. It's the exact same analogy as packing your bags, moving to Hollywood, and I'm going to be a movie star. You can get there, you can go to Hollywood and you can try, but like probably 99 people will fail and one will be a ninja. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I sent a tweet out the other day that was a bit tongue-in-cheek, but I said having 6 monitors, PC monitors, doesn't make you 6 more times likely to be partnered on Twitch.
Right.
People
That is true.
They're set up and they're like, right, I've got everything now. I've got all this equipment. Now it's going to happen. But exactly like K6 said, and everyone here has done it, and to varying degrees of success, you know, depending on what you define success as. You have to put in ridiculous hours to 1 or 2 people in your Twitch chat for God knows how long. You've got to be prepared to fail. You know what I mean? Because people don't like to hear it, and it's not nice to hear it. But there is a very good chance that depending on how you define success, you will quote unquote fail on Twitch in terms of if your goal is to make has 90,000 people watching you and you're playing with Drake. There's a very good chance that's not going to happen. So if you go in with tempered expectations and you go in there with the right vision, you want to build a community that is positive. You want to, like Damn It to Hell says, you want to just goof around for 6 hours and meet great people that you can genuinely get to know. If you have those as your startup goals on Twitch, chances are you're going to quote unquote succeed. If that's what you're trying to achieve, you're a much better chance of enjoying your experience.
Yeah, you gotta have a goal, and I mean, nowadays, unfortunately, being unique is kind of not an option because everything is already done or has been done, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So that's,
it's I recommend, because I get people that come into the stream all the time, and where a lot of streamers will just flat out, you know, chastise you or ban you for talking about stream related stuff that doesn't pertain to you. I'm a little bit different, where somebody actually asked me the other day, I've noticed that like if somebody mentions K6 or Jolts, you don't get mad. I was like, well, both those guys have done a lot for me and we're friends, so it's different than like Joe Blow coming in, hey, I'm live.
Right.
Which I absolutely abhor. I hate that. So it's people come in all the time and they want to know, you know, what advice do you have? I want to start streaming. What advice? And the first thing I tell them now is go to Mixer.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people switching to Mixer, actually. Even partner streamers I've seen switch to Mixer.
Yep. I know 3 partners that have gone. 1 went over there as a partner and 2 went unpartnered and they became partnered. But the biggest thing with Mixer is there's niche, because it's all PUBG and Fortnite over there. So if you want to go over there and stream Destiny, you're not going to be streaming to a saturated directory. You're going to run into, you know, some people who are like, oh crap, I love this game, and then now they're your viewers. But
right,
yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about Mixer yet. It's a good platform. It's still growing, and I kind of like that. But I mean, everyone has their own opinion, really.
Yeah.
You know, like
I think regardless of platform, though, you need to go in with the same expectations.
Yes.
I think I've seen a lot of people on Twitter as well doing the same thing. Damn it, you're exactly right. Moving to Mixer, but it's kind of like the grass is always greener on the other side. There's a lot of people going, oh great, I can't quite quote unquote make it on Twitch, so I'm going to go to Mixer, and it's all going to happen over there. Mixer, Facebook gaming, wherever you go, you still need to have realistic expectations, I think.
Oh yeah, right. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. It's just being a content creator is not easy. People think it's just playing video games, and it's not. There's like a lot going on in the background. I think every single day I have to spend a lot of time just modifying my stream and making sure my internet doesn't, or you know, I don't drop any frames, or just the back end stuff, especially the taxes as well. Yeah,
it's like this, Shadow. It's like going to see a movie, isn't it? Like you go and you sit down and you watch a movie and go, oh, that was awesome. So the viewers of a Twitch stream, your Twitch stream, are sitting there and going, oh, that was an awesome stream. Shadow was great today. But they don't see the 3 hours earlier where you had to do your overlays, where you had to do, like you said, you've got patchy internet that you have to figure out. You have to work on your microphone setup. Like, they don't see the pre-production that goes into you delivering a stream that they enjoyed.
Yeah, exactly. That's you gotta keep it a little bit professional as well, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can transition into another topic: the Borderlands 3 leaks. Have you guys seen those?
I'm not familiar.
I saw a few videos from a guy.
Yeah,
I saw one video from this one dude, and he was like, yo, temper your expectations. I'm not saying that this is a real leak. But then a bunch of people are like, oh, why'd you say it was a real leak?
You did
Another
word it
one.
pretty well, saying it wasn't confirmed.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
Randy said it's not confirmed. I mean, I don't know what more you want.
Well, he just said no. I feel like he would. I feel like he should have elaborated a little bit more, but for the most part, at least it's somewhat confirmed that it's fake.
Yeah.
I've seen Randy say no on Twitter at least 3 times this week. I think that might be one of his go-to responses. Like, I saw just this morning someone said something about this was no. So if there's no information he wants to give, I think that's his response. No.
No's a safe answer. No's a safe answer because you can backpedal and say, "Oh, well, I was talking about this actually."
Right.
Right.
Well, it's a straight
Debated.
answer. Like, a lot of people, like, I'm pretty sure he's heard a lot about, like, people asking him, like, hey, when's BL3 coming out and all this stuff. And he's at this point now where he just doesn't want to elaborate the reason why, you know.
Pretty
So
sure.
he just
You know what the
straight
internet
answers
is.
it. No.
I'm pretty sure even when he walks down the street, it's like, "Hey, Randy, what up, dude? We haven't seen it in a while. Where's Borderlands 3?"
No.
No.
Yeah. It gets annoying. It really does.
That's
You
why
just
he
gotta
learned magic.
flat out
so
tell
he
them.
He just like throws a smoke bomb at his feet and disappears. And people are like, foiled again by the magic
he got
man.
away.
Yeah, it's just poof, and then there's a Rubik's cube laying there when the smoke clears.
With pie written on all sides.
That'd be
Just says
awesome.
no.
I'd be
It says no
impressed.
when
I'd be
you solve
impressed.
I would be super
There's,
impressed.
there's a note stuck on it that just says no. That's it.
Or whatever. You just someone gets a Borderlands 3 leak, and just you open it up and just no, just a big no appears.
No. That's a meme now. It's got to be.
Those
I mean,
with those
yeah.
leaks, I mean, I was saying to K6 when they originally came out, like, and I think you said something very similar. Damn it! I used to work once upon a time when I was a younger man. I used to work in a gaming store, and we used to have all sorts of titles, like, in the system, registered in the system, even if they weren't announced yet. And they would have a placeholder release date and a placeholder price. Every game was always like $99.99 if it wasn't ready to be released, and the release date was always like a year in advance. Like, so if it was September, it would always be September 2019. So, yeah, I don't know. As soon as there's kind of validity to it because you go Walmart's a big entity, but yeah, it's not uncommon to have game shops, Walmarts and whatever have that information in their system, literally just to hold a place in their system for when pre-orders do get released, and you can start taking pre-orders.
But to play devil's advocate, if I can, what's really interesting about the whole thing is the amount of games, the names of those games, and the fact that they took it down almost immediately. And now we're seeing on Twitter that Rage 2 is looking like a thing. And supposedly they're going to announce that on like the 14th, I think is what they said.
I actually think
it could be coincidence.
Has it been confirmed to be a quote unquote fake? Because I actually think K6, I think it's legit. See to it, and I think they're probably just saying no, because they don't want to kind of spoil the release. With everything I just said in terms of there's placeholders in systems, I would not at all be surprised if it's true, because Walmart are a huge company. They wouldn't just go, just put Borderlands 3 in the system for fun. They would have got some shred of information.
They have done that before in Borderlands 2, to be fair. They have denied its existence and they announced it.
Right.
I used to work. I worked for Amazon for a long time, and they do the same thing. They leave placeholders on live pages that just aren't linked, and then people data mine and they find them. There's still a Metroid Prime 4 listing for Nintendo Switch that says December of this year, $99.99, and they've not even like released screenshots or anything for the game.
Yeah, I expected. Okay, maybe with the Borderlands release, I'm expecting at least at the end of 2018, I think, to be announced. Maybe at PAX. Maybe they have some early screenshots.
Traditionally, do Gearbox do things at PAX? I heard people say that they in the past have never really been heavily involved with E3. Is that true? They usually stay towards PAX for announcements.
All their announcements and everything.
Yeah, the announcements. They've had presence at E3, but they announced stuff at PAX.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we know for
Everyone's
sure that
getting very excited about.
They have a booth for their Gearbox publishing this year at E3,
Mm-hmm.
which is most likely to, hype up We Happy Few and whatever other publishing things that they're working on.
Yeah, the sad thing is, like, every single comment in there is just, "Where's Borderlands 3?"
Yeah.
And then I'd be there as like, okay, that's all cool. Where's Battleborn 2? I'm excited for that game.
All three of you are.
I'd be like that.
So yeah, I asked Jolts recently. I was like, "Hey, Jolts, you want to play some Battleborn?" And he's like, "Nah, I don't. No."
Well, like, no offense to the game, I had fun with it, like the missions or whatever, not like the online. But at this point, I don't want to revive something that's kind of shady in the community. You know, I don't know.
I mean,
At this point, it's just like,
yeah,
I can pass up on it.
Battleborn is a good game. It really is. I'm actually wanting to play it again, believe it or not. Because I kind of missed the 2016 memories I had in that game. But I actually had memories, believe it or not.
I always ask Jolts to play things with me on Jingate. Jolts, do you want to play this? And most of the time he always just responds and goes, "Who's this?"
No.
Sorry, I don't have time today, but who are you? And how did you get this number?
You know what we ought to do is we should turn this into us playing Cards Against Humanity while doing the podcast.
I don't know about playing that
We're waiting
on stream as of now.
Jolts is like, I can't do that anymore.
I saw the
PG
video.
version.
I saw the video with K6 and Jolts and Sloth and others playing. I was like, wait. Jolts said what?
I think I
What?
kind of beat around the bush with some of the words, but
No.
No,
it's not about like I can't say the word. It's just I got to keep the streak going. You know, it's like I don't want to end it yet.
Well, for the right donation, Jolts, I can make those videos go away.
No.
139. That's all it takes.
But always know what cards Jolts is playing. If you were playing Cards Against Humanity, because it would be like you would get all these filthy answers, and then you would get one that's really just PG and nice, and you'd be like, "Well, that's Jolts."
Yeah, we would know it's him every time.
Cards Against Humanity, Kids Edition.
Kids edition.
The rated
apples and oranges.
Yeah, I forgot about that game.
We
Right.
could just do that. We could play apples and oranges. Make it vulgar though.
Shoots and ladders, adult shoots and ladders.
Oh
He
man.
dropped his PBJ on the squirrel. Ha!
Huh?
Not to get too far off tangent, but I saw who was it? Vanos Gaming was playing Uno with his buddies. That would be fun to play with you guys, man. You guys ever play
Uno?
Uno?
Oh hell yeah!
I love Uno,
I'd play
yeah.
Uno. We can
What's
do
the rule though when you get to one?
They're on the Uno game that they were playing. You click Uno, then you put down your card. So it
Okay.
basically calls out Uno. And if you forget to push the button and you put down your card, then you get dealt extra cards.
I mean,
okay.
I can see that happening. We could just make like a sideshow other than the podcast and just play video games together. Like just
Yeah, because I
not
feel like there's some
Borderlands,
times during this that we kind of have lulls.
I kind of like playing chess and Uno and all those other strategy games or cardboard games.
Jenga.
Yeah.
We could just have the Uno game playing while we talk on the stream there.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm
I
down for
mean,
that.
we sit around and play Uno while we talk about games, and then people don't have to look at our circles lighting up.
Yeah.
Right.
That guy sucks. He never moves. He just always with the green.
His mic is always
with the green light.
Maybe in the
SubParLover
future.
ever blink.
Maybe in
that
the future.
SubParLover just keeps looking at me, just staring right through my soul.
Stirring in my soul, yeah.
Maybe in the future, maybe we can even do a face cam, but Yeah.
Oh,
That involves a certain person here having it on, though.
What? Oh, BRB guys.
Russian roulette and ladders.
I get that question on a daily basis. I mean, I don't have a problem showing my face, but I like being mysterious. It's just like a cool thing to do online. Like people are like, dude, what's he look like? Oh, I wonder what color his hair is. You know, it's just like
I mean,
I like that. It's kind of fun.
It is,
you
but
could break the internet by wearing a bandit mask and streaming.
Oh,
I saw someone doing that. I don't know the guy's name, but he just wears mask on stream. I'm just like, that's kind of interesting.
I saw a friend of mine was streaming the other day, and he also uses face cam sparingly, doesn't use it all the time. There's a setting on his webcam where he like mucks around with it, and he hasn't done this officially, but it would be perfect for you. And you kind of like muck with the settings, and you know when they do interviews with people and they don't want to be identified, and you can only see like a black shadow of the person.
Yeah.
Change his webcam and it looked like he was like someone being interviewed anonymously. That would be amazing. If one day you just showed up with a face cam and it was like you're in a witness interrogation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, hold on. I can't see him.
Just a silhouette and a very deep voice.
Exactly.
You could also put a voice thing on and just make your voice deeper while you talk. Just make it
you think
I could be Darth Vader.
Yeah.
You could do like Dr. Disrespect and just wear a disguise.
What would he be though?
I saw the
Like
one
an
thing.
afro wig.
I saw the Twitch fail video. I don't know who the guy is, but like he does like a Doge overlay on his webcam.
Mm-hmm.
That one Manny.
Yeah, and then his cam went down and people saw him for the first time or something. I think I don't know.
Yeah, his program crashed.
oh no.
He used his face rig. That one Manny. Yeah, he used his face rig and his program crashed, and it left his face exposed.
He was like the most handsome person of all time.
You haven't seen Joel
Why are
Steve
you
yet?
covering up that? Yeah, exactly.
It's funny because if you go over and spend any time on Facebook Gaming or Mixer, both of those platforms have a Dr. Disrespect clone, and it's hilarious. It's just so poorly done, but it's not meant to be a joke. They're dead serious about it, and it's just like wow.
Do you guys think that there is some sort of effect where if something becomes really big, it makes no sense, like the potato salad Kickstarter project, where someone was just showing off just a potato salad and somehow it got 35,000 donations for just no apparent reason, and then everyone else is trying to do the same thing because they want to make money?
Must be some good potato salad.
It's called stupidity.
I saw in the IRL. Yeah, I saw it exactly right, K6. I saw in the IRL category the other day. I'm loath to go in there because I get cranky when I go in the IRL category. But there was a guy with like 350 viewers getting donations left, right, and center. And he was just sitting there with his webcam. And his thing was, every time someone donates $2, I will lick my blinds. And he would turn around and lick his blinds. And he had like 350 viewers, money flooding in. You can't help stupid, unfortunately.
Wow. That may be the same guy that I've seen. He just lounges around on his couch without his shirt on, kind of a hefty guy.
I've seen that.
I remember back in the day, there wasn't a rule about sleeping on Twitch, and people would just like sleep on Twitch, like go to bed and just keep streaming, and would get like subs and payments and all that stuff for that. I'm just like, I'm glad they made that a rule now that you can't do that.
Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I've seen
like,
people
sleep on Twitch.
I've seen people sleep on Twitch. I think I've even seen someone even sleep on their bed on Twitch.
Yeah, I think those were the remnants of people that carried over from Justin TV, because that was all about IRL then. From what I've heard, I didn't know about the platform then, but just based on what I've heard and read, people just kind of went about their daily lives.
It used to be a lot of bootleg streams, like UFC events and things like that.
Yeah,
sporting events that you would have to pay for, like professional things like that.
Mm-hmm.
If it was something that you had to pay for, you would go to Justin TV and you would get it for free.
Wow,
that's what Twitch started as. crazy as that sounds.
Yeah, Twitch was.
It made dramatic changes.
I think it was just a gaming platform and Justin TV, and they just went separate ways.
Yeah. I don't think I heard about it until 3 years ago, probably.
It was a thing from 2007. Funny enough.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's over 11 years now. That's how people
That's
have
crazy.
8 years subscribers in their channel, because they subscribed whenever Justin TV was a thing.
Wow.
And yeah, it's pretty nostalgic to come back, but you know the whole site is down now, so. Yeah, I guess we can take some Twitter questions, unless you guys have anything else to say.
Nope.
No.
No.
I have one thing that I'm curious, because this is like, this is probably the question that I get asked the most. One of the most important things that I get asked in chat a lot when I'm playing Borderlands is, what are your opinions, actions in Borderlands 3, and what will they look like? Interested to hear what you guys have to say about it.
What our expectations of Borderlands 3? Or
Microtransactions.
Might cut out. Oh, microtransactions.
Microtransactions. Yeah, sorry guys.
Okay.
well,
The question I
they
get
kind
asked is,
of
what will they look like?
they kind of already exist in Borderlands 2 in some minor way. If you go to the skins, like they tell you, oh hey, you don't have that skin, you go buy it. So I expect something similar, just a little bit, where they ask you to buy like these mini DLCs that are just cosmetic.
Right.
Other than that, I'm not sure. I still think that there will be some sort of I don't know. I hope that they don't introduce loot boxes. That just destroy the game.
I wouldn't mind it, like, as long as it's cosmetic, yeah, like a header skin or a skin for your weapon or whatever. Dark matter, do it. You know, I wouldn't really mind.
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on this last week a little bit, but I like I said, I'm okay with it either way, as long as it doesn't affect gameplay.
Yeah.
And that's that's
I
pretty much just the whole. My whole point is, if it doesn't require me to spend $5 to buy a bigger mag for my gun or an element, then whatever's whatever.
Yeah.
well, I'm
Now, what if they did pay this much and get like 25,000 bar?
Well, I'm just against loot boxes in general.
I wouldn't think they would do that.
I'm kind of against them in general, even if they're cosmetic, just because they add that effect to view.
Well,
where,
if you can like, if you can earn them in the game without paying, I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
well, even
I
if,
think if you
like,
can earn,
oh, I'm sorry. What are you saying?
loot boxes are okay. Like, say for example, if you we get 72 levels or whatever it is in Borderlands 2, similar to in Destiny, when you level up, you get a box to open. It might have a skin in it or something like that via playing the game. If you get 72 levels and you don't get the cosmetic you want, you start another character. And then you start another Axton, for example, and play through and keep getting those boxes. You actually get rewarded for the time that you invest in the game. If you're talking about money,
Right.
like paying actual money, I think Fortnite do it really well. I think there's a store. Fortnite skins are very expensive. Not to go on too much of a tangent about Fortnite. I think Fortnite skins are too expensive. I've got a YouTube video about it. But I like the fact that you can go in, say you go to Borderlands store, you're like, all right, I like that skin for Axton, for example. I'm going to buy it. I'm with Shadow. I don't like loot boxes in the way that, like, pay $5, you get 3 loot boxes, roll the dice, and try and get the skin you want. I don't like that. I think if that's introduced in any way, shape, or form, it'll be a drawback. But I think microtransactions in AAA titles are here to stay. They're never going anywhere. It's about how they're managed.
Microtransactions aren't as bad if they're just direct and upfront, and if you feel like you have microtransactions and you're gonna get free DLCs because of that, or like make up for something, then yeah, I don't mind. Just like how Titanfall did it.
There should be more certainty in a loot box. If you're going to spend $5 or whatever the equivalent currency is to be able to open it, it shouldn't be such a gamble. Like with Destiny, I know a lot of people that they drop hundreds of dollars into Eververse, and then just roll the dice. And I know one guy who spent almost $300 in silver or whatever they call it, and still didn't get what he wanted.
I know.
And it's like
I think that's one of the worst
I know a
examples,
guy,
isn't it? Like Destiny at the moment is not great in that way.
Mhm.
Well, they've been getting better. I mean, I know a girl who spent $1,000 on Destiny loot boxes. It's stupid.
The RNG, that's where it does cross over into legitimate gambling. Like, if you go and buy the skin you want for $4 and you know what you're getting, that's fine. If you get loot boxes via simply playing and not paying anything, and then it's random, that's fine. But when you're saying you get 5 rolls of the dice for $5, you might get what you want, you might not get what you want. I think that's really shady.
It is. I actually got a little bit sidetracked. I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, microtransactions. I guess I still didn't answer the question, huh? Like, what kind of form do I expect? Yeah, I'm expecting microtransactions at the very least. I don't know if they're gonna be gameplay changing. Maybe like pay $5 and get 10 iridium, kind of thing. Actually, that's it.
Would be the end of the franchise if that happened.
Yeah, they've never
I'm
sold
not paying
like
for
golden
iridium.
keys. So I would assume they're gonna do it the whole like social media thing. Like go to social media, get your code, come back, open the chest. If anything,
That's how it is right now.
because they know it works and people love it.
Yeah.
Drives interaction on social media for the franchise, and that's fine. It's no monetary output. It's your time going to social media and retweeting something or whatever is involved. I think that's fine. I think that's very separate to microtransactions, and it's like you said, Jolts. It's a system that works. Those what are they? Shift codes, Swift codes? What are they called? They work real well.
Right. But the only concern I do have is I'm not saying Gearbox doesn't have money, but with the whole, flop of Battleborn and stuff like that, I really just hope they don't implement some sort of like microtransaction kind of thing to make money on that kind of stuff.
If you put a store in, people are going to buy stuff from the store. Like,
right.
But don't force them to buy it. Do you know what I mean? It's a real fine line.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, forcing people to pay that's not how you foster a community.
Yeah.
Not to get sidetracked too much, but like for example, Destiny 2, the reason, and Dammit can attest to this as well.
I can attest
and
to
Shadow
it.
plays it as well. The current thing with Destiny is people say, oh, well, it's only cosmetic stuff. It's only cosmetic gear. But Destiny is so driven around, you get a helmet, gauntlets, chest piece, boots. Like, you want a set. So if you can't, like, you're paying your money to try and collect that set. It's kind of different in Borderlands because there's no, like, you don't, for your Maya, there's not a headpiece you need to get matched with a chest piece, matched with some gauntlets, matched with a gun. So I think if they literally just put a store in,
that's how
it has a set price.
1.
Isn't Destiny based on third person?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was about to say that'd be a huge difference then, because like in Borderlands 1 and 2, you don't see your character unless you go in your inventory or whatever.
Character when you're in the tower or in cutscenes in Destiny.
Yeah.
The biggest thing with that is that the thing that got people so upset about the microtransactions in Destiny was that arguably the best looking or the most desirable items were locked behind a paywall, and it wasn't a situation where you could get it if you grinded for it, and if you just weren't patient, you could pay for it. That's one thing, like kind of like the mobile games that you see today. They all stock full of microtransactions, but the vast majority of them, you can still play the game just at a much decreased speed because you have to wait hours and hours to craft this one item, or you can be impatient and pay $5 and have it now.
Don't even get me
Come out,
started
damn it,
on
though, at some stage.
Yeah, goddamn words. Don't even get me started on the mobile game market.
Yeah,
it's so bad. It's I think that
I'm
did you guys see the Harry Potter
sorry,
game or the new Harry Potter game, where I think you have to pay to play because every single second passes or something you have to spend crystals in order to play, or I don't know, it's stupid. You can't even play the game because you have to wait.
Right.
Because you spent too much energy trying to play the game.
Right.
It's like the whole game is built on microtransactions.
it's kind of a mind game too. Like you don't have to buy it, but when someone portrays something as rare or hard to get or whatever, it tricks your mind into wanting, to pay for it, to buy it, to have it right away, have a chance to get it, whatever.
Yeah, that's why I'm subbed to Jolt's, dude.
I'm just saying, like, it's not the developers aren't forcing you to do it. It's like it's part of your fault too if you actually, decide to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't just blame the developers.
Yeah, I play a lot of mobile games, but just in my downtime, so it's not like I invest a lot of time, so I can easily pick something up and put it down and not care about a microtransaction. But when all your friends have got that one ghost shell, yeah, that's what drives people.
Oh no. Killer 6 left and the whole thing's messed up. Hold on.
His dryer messed up. Uh-oh.
Yeah, his dryer messed up. It's alright.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, that's fine.
Now the names are all messed up. Oh man.
No, I fixed
Who's
them.
new?
I fixed them. That's fine.
Get out of here.
Later,
6.
yeah, later, Killer 6. Hopefully you can get it all sorted out. Yeah, I guess since I can also ask, this is for Dammit and SubPar, but you can also participate in Joel's Dude if you want. What do you think about the Curse of Osiris, the Warmind DLC? What are your thoughts about it?
Really
I
short.
think it was it just like the other ones. It's short in length, but it adds. I mean, supposedly they added 612 new items. I would imagine 430 of those are just reskinned. The game is slowly getting better. I'm still just really irritated by the fact it's going to take them till a year from release to get the game back to where it should have been when it launched. But I've played more this week on the Warmind than I have since D2 dropped. So there's that. I haven't done the raid lair yet, but just watching the race yesterday for everybody trying to get worlds first. It looks really well put together, well thought out. I didn't see any mechanics myself that were like, what the hell? But that doesn't even make sense. So I feel like the Vicarious Visions, the company that they teamed up with, did a really good job. And hopefully that's an indication of some things to come.
There's a lot. When the raid originally dropped, I think. Did you play it originally when the D2 first came out, guys?
I played on a computer, but I don't have a console, so I couldn't really.
Yeah, I played on PS4 and Xbox at launch, and I was my channel was known for raid help with D1, and so I was like, all right, this is going to be great. And the problem that we had with the raid in D2 was that it was so long and so mechanics driven that people would get tired and they were like, well, I got to go. And then the raid would fall apart. I've got one completion of the Eater of Worlds or whatever it's called, and probably 120 starts. And that's when I decided I wasn't going to stream Destiny anymore.
Yeah, I think Destiny before any DLCs were just it had a lot to do. It's just there's no purpose to do it.
There's no reason to do it. Yeah,
there's no reason to do it. It was just like that. I like the new DLC. I thought the campaign was alright. It was short, but I mean, I don't think Bungie is known for having like long campaigns. So
yeah,
I kind of like the whole puzzles inside the DLCs, the collectibles. I kind of like that. The fact that you have to collect 45 or 40 chests or the sleeper nodes and the little things you have to shoot. I kind of like that. And the fact that there was an actual puzzle. Like this is an actual puzzle. I don't know if you saw that, but someone actually found something like in real life, not in the game.
In New York, I saw that.
Yes, there was an actual hunt, real life, like a real life reward that was in the game.
That's pretty cool.
So
yeah, they hid. There was a single symbol that was hidden in an area of the game, and that led people on Reddit to do what people on Reddit do, which is obsess over stuff.
Yeah.
And they ended up finding the coordinates to a real destination, and there was a reward there.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, the fact that, that they actually literally reward players, not just in game, but like, whoever found that is like, he just has what do you call that thing?
The Valkyrie?
The Valkyrie. He has an actual real life Valkyrie now in his house.
Mm-hmm.
He could probably,
pretty cool.
He could probably like fry some. He could probably put barbecue on it or something now. Anyways. Okay. Yeah, no, the DLC is great. I didn't do the raid layer yet. From what I just entered, I just fucked around with it a little bit. It looks really pretty. I really like how it looks like.
If nothing else, Bungie makes a beautiful game.
The whole game, I cannot describe how pretty Destiny 2 is. It is by far the best looking game I've ever I think I played. Just because the engine is just so good looking and the graphics are amazing. The music is amazing. Bungie always nails the music. So I like the DLC. I'm positive about what Destiny has in the future.
On the right path. It's definitely on the right path.
It's definitely on the right path. It's definitely better than the Curse of Osiris, for God's sakes. You guys remember that mess? Like, it's not even comparable to this DLC, I don't think. So, anyways, I guess we can transaction into Twitter questions now, or not even Twitter. You guys can ask them in chat. Yeah, just we'll do that then.
Go for it.
Yeah, sorry. If I seem a little bit, I guess not talking a lot is because I'm kind of not organized. I should probably do that in the next episode. This is also one of my first podcasts, so
All good.
having a little bit not being organized. What are your favorite guns? Well, I like the Kaneda's laser from.
Ooh, I like that one too.
Yeah, that's my favorite gun.
Hits critical hits.
Critical hits. Yeah, Q&As. I'll read them in chat. You can ask me on Twitter. Both work. But I guess in chat works too, since, chat's not moving as fast.
I think the Lyuda sniper rifle, I love it. I have to get it all the time. I must have one. I must have one on level at all times. I spend all of my game time in the dust. Just with
It's such a pain to farm.
It is a pain to
worst.
farm.
Well, it's an easy farm, but like it never drops. At least not for me.
No. Either. I was trying for a corrosive one the other day, and to take up the peak with us, and it just didn't drop. And when it did, I think I was at OP6, and it continually dropped at OP4. So because I'm only on PS4.
There is a mod
I'm only
that
on
does that,
PS5.
actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there is a mod that makes it so. Yeah.
Is the drop rate for the Lyuda 1 in 10 or what?
1
or
in
is it
10.
less?
That's 1 in 10.
Is it really?
Yeah, it just feels less because you gotta remember, it is a 90% chance for you not to get it. If you look at it that way, then it makes more sense.
True.
Yeah.
Well, which ones aren't like a 1 in 10? There's like the Stormfront, the fastball.
Well, the Stormfront is 1 out of 10. It's just it's scaled down to be less, if that makes sense.
It cuts out for each like.
The multiplier on the drop is
Yeah,
less,
there's 4, so it's like divided by 4. Is it 2.5?
Yeah.
Is that the base? Is that the base level for most legendaries?
Yeah, before they buffed
1 in 10. Is that kind of the?
Yeah. Before they buffed the legendary drop rate, it actually the multiplier still existed for the Stormfront, so it was 3% cut off by, or yeah, it was cut off by 25%. So it was something like less than 1% drop rate for the Stormfront.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
Are all the blues like uniques a 1 in 3 drop?
Most of them.
I've heard that before. I wasn't sure, like the Twister and all
most
that
of them
stuff.
are. The Twister is. Yes.
Okay.
Most in vanilla, yes, all of them except for the Cobra. Cobra's kind of different. I actually looked into the Cobra, and believe me whenever I say that, they actually legit buffed the Cobra to unbelievable drop rates now.
I don't believe you.
Okay, so to get a Cobra before the October 2015 patch, you know what you had to do? You had to, first of all, kill a burner. So it had to be a sniper rifle, which was a 30% chance. So if you roll that sniper rifle has to be a purple. Okay, let's say you roll that. Okay, that purple sniper rifle has a 0.88% chance to be a Cobra.
Ew.
Now, do all that step again. So you kill a burner, 30% chance to be a sniper. Then that sniper has to be a purple. But this time around, it's not 0.88%. Now it's 400%. So you're 400% more likely to get it than a purple now. That's how it works.
Still. For a weapon that's garbage, it's like, at least make it drop more. That's the one thing I hope for BL3. It's like, if something's going to be rare, it better be good. If it's more common, then, not as good.
Yeah.
I think for the hunt, I put about 9 hours into farming the Cobra, and I didn't get it. And I wore the what is it, the relic too, the Ball Hunter's relic.
Yeah. From what I heard, it does help a little bit, not too much. It's not like, it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna.
I feel
change
like
a lot.
wearing a different relic to kind of churn through those enemies faster is more efficient.
But yes, it does buff it. Not the percentage you expect. It's not gonna make it like instantly drop, but it's a tiny little bit, just like just this much. It's so low, but it does buff it.
Huh.
It's not really
Wasn't worth
it. It's not worth it.
No.
It does boost it, but it's not that much.
Yeah.
Especially because the percentage on it is a little bit weak. But if you buff it all the way, it's gonna make it a little good. Okay, more questions. Thanks for the podcast, gentlemen. If you feel comfortable doing so, would you mind sharing Borderlands serious moment or moments, whether personal play or viewers, where you stepped back and felt, wow, I'm really glad I started playing this game and joined this community?
Like best Borderlands moment in the times that you've been streaming it?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what the question is.
I think when I first started playing Borderlands, I was watching people, well, like you guys, essentially. I was watching you guys and watching you run around and just do incredible things in this game. Not so much, damn it. I love you, damn it.
That's fine. I understand.
But I remember thinking like OP8. I remember thinking OP8, like I'm never going to get there. If I get through Ultimate, that would be cool. But OP8 is beyond what I'm capable of. Thing. But when I got Maya, my first character, to OP8 and kind of finished that Digistruct Peak run, and everyone in the chat was hyped for it because I'd constantly told them that, look, this is something that I'm not going to be able to achieve. I'm not an amazing game player like Jolts, etc. And the hype in the chat, and just we're very excited that we've achieved community. I think that was really cool. I sat back and I thought, there's not an inch of this community. It's just good-natured people who are genuinely happy to see someone enjoying the game and achieving things in the game that they love. And that's when I kind of sat back and went, this is something special, this game and this community. And that's why from the series then, it was always going to be the next character, move on, dive in head first.
I guess the best moment for me would be, funny enough, it's actually kind of a bad moment, but I think it's still a good moment to show that this is, a real supportive community, was when I was actually to be about the world's first person to get to OP8 in one life. I was OP7, and I was fighting, oh my god, what the hell. I made a lot of mistakes in that fight. That fight could have been better. He had, no health left, and I died. And I think it was a bad moment. I was, salty for, a few days. But understandable, but the support in chat and everyone just showing their support was that to be honest made the fight a little bit better for me. I got over that moment pretty fast because of the support of the community.
Yeah, that's one reason why I don't do One Life, is because yeah, sure, you can, get to OP8 and like feel like, man, I beat the game, truly beat the game, but you got to think about all those times you die and then like, man, I put all that time into a character and now I have to delete it, and I just don't like that feeling.
Yeah, I feel you,
It's
dude.
a nice novelty, but yeah, the time
Yeah.
investment is kind of robbed
And
from you. You know
it
what I
makes
mean?
you play different, which is cool, but I mean, I don't like the whole like sit back and snipe and take your time and play smart. I don't play smart.
I don't play
Yeah,
smart
same.
either.
Same.
I think I'm the most aggressive player ever. Even in Destiny and any other game, I'm way too aggressive. I don't know what being
Right.
careful is. I always just hug the enemies and just put a shotgun in their face, which is why I like shotguns, because I'm an aggressive player.
Yeah. Now, one thing I was thinking of when playing Terraria is a way they could actually fix OP8 or like implement it into BL3. Like a lot of people, they hate the whole like, oh, the enemy has a ton more health and now they're, a health wall. But one thing we were talking about is the whole adding extra attacks to like enemies and the harder difficulties. What do you think
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, I mean, there is a mod called UVHM Plus where it doesn't just make the game harder; it gives the enemies better guns. That's all what it does.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
kind of like that because that's how you can artificially make the game harder in a good way, not in a bad way. Just
Yeah.
because they do have better guns.
Right.
Like for example, like you could meet Mad Mike and he could have an Orfleet. Like that legit can happen, or like you see a guy with a butcher or a storm, and it's I kind of like that artificial difficulty, if that makes sense. More
Right.
attacks does make sense. I unfortunately making AI is not cheap. It is really expensive to
It would
make.
be really difficult. I mean, like, even if you add like more DLC, it's like you have to add extra attacks for all the enemies after you get to those OP levels and stuff like that. It would be a lot of work, but it would be awesome.
Game
Let's be
development is
honest.
not easy. I can tell you
It
that
isn't.
much. It's really hard.
I tried.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I tried the RPG Maker, where it's like pre-built, build your own RPG, and it was still super complicated.
I mean, even making the community patch, I know
That's
you
a
were
lot of work.
I know you were there for it, Jolts. Me and you were talking about. I think I proposed the idea to you and kind of went with it from there. Yeah, Jolts was involved in the community patch, believe it or not. Just not in a code fashion. He just was
Yeah.
there to give me ideas, and just because he's a big member of the community, I'm sure he has a lot of feedback to give about the game.
Right.
Even that, like, I had a lot of frustrations doing that. Not because I did not know what to do. It's just it was huge. Like there was so many trouble I was running into.
Yeah.
Like it took me weeks before I could release the first version of it. Like 4.0
Yeah.
is the ideal version. That's where I wanted the community patch to be in 1.0. And I'm glad I reached that level because the community support is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But like that was an
Yeah, like, I
example,
don't know, like-
that was another example of game development just being stupidly hard. And that was not
Right.
even code. That was just console commands. These are just basic console commands, and they're still that hard. So
Right. It's like I don't know how to like do that stuff, but I know like when I try to like port stuff over, like if one number's off or there's no space or brackets or something somewhere, it won't. It's not gonna work.
it's not code is case sensitive, and everything's sensitive. So you make one error, the whole program went on.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, there are programs that point out your errors, and it's gotten much easier.
What I love is how I noticed in your Discord server, like it's not just you anymore, like doing a patch. It's like a whole community of people working together. So if you can't figure out something, then someone else can come over and say, "Hey, this is how you fix this," and it's just awesome to see people get together for that.
Yeah, like for example, the filter tool, that's actual code. That's actual made in Java. It's a huge project. People don't realize how much the filter tool changed the patch.
It's useful.
There's also a new filter tool coming out called BLCMM, Borderlands Mod Manager, something like that. It's a huge project that people are working on, and they're putting like a lot of time and effort into it. That's another example of something that will come out because of the patch as well. But yeah, that's a good example. Like, community work. I actually was a little bit selfish, I guess. Selfish would be a right word. Whenever the patch first came out, I wanted all the changes to be made by me. But then, I quickly came into a realization that I can't do everything.
There's a lot to it.
There's a lot to it. I mean, people came in that know way better than me. I didn't even have to explain what I'm doing. They just knew automatically. I just had to tell them one or two things, and they just figured everything out. Like, there are so many smart people in the community. That's for sure.
Right.
I love that the filter tool will allow you to marry two different mods into just like merge stuff into the patch itself.
Did you know that doing that manually will take you at least 15 minutes for just one mod? Because what you have to do is you have to be like pinpoint accurate to add hotfixes into your mods. The filter tool does it in 1 second.
Yeah, but you have to know exactly where to put it in the code, right?
Yeah, you have to know exactly where to put it, and that is not easy. Trust me, doing manual by hand hotfixes. I remember like back when the filter tool wasn't a thing. Just me doing a hotfix, a simple hotfix, took me an hour. Just one. Well, the filter tool has automatic everything. You can just input the command, it'll just convert everything in just 1 minute. So that's why making mods became much, much easier. That's why you see mods like the enemy randomizer, which, by the way, was made by a bot. It wasn't really made by the filter. It was kind of made by the filter tool. That's why there are mods that just modify the game in like more than just surface level,
Right.
That's why
That's pretty cool, the stuff you could do with it. I mean, like, I hated back then, like, you had to use cheat engine to do the whole, like, the randomizer thing. And then your game would constantly crash and stuff like this. And now, like, once you install the mod, like, it's not complicated to do.
No.
It's just a simple click and boom, there you go, you have it.
And did you know that now we're actually now there are things that I guess they're called skin class mods or skin items, where they actually add new items into the game. They just replace skins. So
that's pretty cool.
So
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, in my server and the downloaded in the mod downloads, that people added like Slayer of Chromax class mods, Slayer of the Seraph class mods, and like these are new. These replace skins.
Oh wow, yeah, I see that.
So, and people added Jacob's shields into the games, where it's like just variations of the Rough Rider.
Now, is there ever going to be a point where, or is there any hope for adding stuff to the game without like replacing stuff?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So it's always been kind of a bummer, but
I hate to,
it's okay.
I hate to interrupt you, but all right, thank you for being here, SubParLover. I appreciate you hanging out and introducing yourself. You're an awesome guy. Let me toss you a Twitch link.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Having me, guys. Yeah, no, I've only got a dip because we've got Mother's Day stuff going on, but I really appreciate it.
Fine.
This has been fun.
Where can people find you? Anyway?
You guys are legend.
Yeah, you guys should go follow SubParLover. Let me spam his link.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, go follow him. Go drop him a follow. Thank you for being our guest. I really appreciate that. And yeah.
Like I said, when I started, guys, in Borderlands 2, you were pretty much all the guys that I was looking up to, and I still do. So thank you very much for having me. It's been very humbling, and I've enjoyed it.
All right. Later, dude. Thank you for being here.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you very much, guys. Bye.
Check your DMs. I sent you something dirty.
Ooh, you filthy man. Thank you, guys.
Later. All right. Now I just got to move everything sideways. Oh, that's the... All right. It's like the Hunger Games. Who can survive the most?
Battle music, go.
What were you saying, Jolts? You were saying like you can't add stuff to the game. That requires...
Yeah, no, I'm just saying... Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that.
That requires an actual UDK. Unfortunately, there have been ways where you kind of just hack yourself in something, but these weren't successful. We tried. It's not gonna happen. The only thing you can do is replace like unused items, and that's how you reintroduce new things.
Right. Now, another question. The whole, like, you can remake an item into a different item, like make a different gun completely.
Yeah.
That also complicates other guns too if you make the gun like super unique, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no true way to replace everything.
Well, you could. People are actually making mod packs that actually replace the whole game, like BL 2.5, the overhaul pack. That's one. Exotech is coming out with a mod that completely just replaces the whole game. Like
Okay.
everything is new. She's trying to remake everything.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's just, you farm a gun and then suddenly you get a Thunderbolt fist. It's like, oh, I already know that weapon. I want to see like everything be changed. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I guess I can move on to another question. We can talk
sure.
about it later. If you were to remove a game from the, or remove a weapon from the game, what would you remove and why? From King Crafty.
The dart, because it's a dart.
This is a dart. What about you, Jolts?
Honestly, I go with the Cobra. There's no point to farm it.
I'd go with, I don't know. I don't like removing. I like replacing. So, I'd probably get rid of just single barrel shotgun. They're miserable. That's.
Oh, it could be anything.
Anything. I don't know.
Okay.
I like using the bad guns because that's my playstyle anyway. Another question. Wolfie says, does the Vault Hunter relic really buff the drop rate of the Cobra? I think we talked about that. But what it does is it just makes it so whites spawn less, meaning that other items in the loot pool can spawn more. That's all what it does. Okay, what's another question? This is a question for you, Jolts. What are some good in-game guns for Roland in Borderlands 1 from Cashew?
Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, I played Roland a little bit once, but as far as I know, it's just assault rifles. I mean, Ajax Ogre, Glorious Massacre, the Draco. I mean, like, that's all I know, like, to be honest. And of course, the go-to is like Double Anarchy and, stuff like that. Defiler.
Yeah, these are good options. I don't know. I think shotguns are the best things for Roland. That's for sure. Like, you get a legit shotgun and you just shred a boss with it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's that? That's another question. If you guys have any questions, you guys can also ask. I'm trying to get back to all the questions. Do you think gun proficiency from Borderlands should come back in Borderlands 3 instead of badass rank?
I do, but
Yes.
Randy already said that he doesn't like that system because it encourages people to use one type of weapon.
Oh, there's your answer. I personally would like to see something new because I don't want anything returning in Borderlands 3. That's my expectations, and I'll be very disappointed. Anyway.
Right.
You love that this podcast is a thing. It's really insightful. Oh, thank you. No, you. Yeah, we're gonna have rotating guests, by the way, every single week, and we're gonna be live at the same time, hopefully, with all 5 people. People had to leave today, that's all right. It's not that bad. American Rocks, thank you for the 120 bits, and thank you, Wolfie, for gifting a sub to Sneaky. I appreciate that. I have a question for you, chat. Did you know that with Twitch Prime you could get... No. God damn it. I'm bad at selling that.
I'll work with you. It's fun. You just gotta throw all shame out the window.
Yes, you get 1 free month of subscription to any streamer you want with Twitch Prime. Don't sub to me because I don't deserve
Did you say that was free?
Free, yes.
What?
FREE?
Free. It's your favorite streamer.
That's a good deal.
That's a good deal.
I'll take 2.
Take 2. I I didn't. Someone asked if all of us played Stardew Valley. I haven't played it.
I have not.
I haven't either. It looks pretty cool, but haven't played it.
No, I haven't played it.
Isn't that a remake? Wasn't that an old NES game or something?
It's on.
I don't know.
It's on PC. It's supposed to be like a little bit of an OG game.
Are you thinking
I
of
guess.
Harvest Moon?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Okay, that's another question. Do you guys think Borderlands 3 should have Borderlands 1 loot system with somewhat better farmability? I would like to see a new system. That's my opinion. Why do you have to reintroduce systems? Just make up something new. That's what I would like to see in most Borderlands 3. If I wanted Borderlands 1 loot system, I'd go back to Borderlands 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like I like to go to a certain, enemy and farm what I'm looking for. Sure, BL1, like, it's an awesome feeling to get the item you're looking for because it's like dropped anywhere. But at the same time, like, if you're trying to make your build and you can't find one item and you can't like go to a certain place to farm it, then you're locked to the armory and the gift shop chest room or whatever, and it's just like it gets kind of boring, kind of stale.
I definitely agree with that. But no, like I think Borderlands 3 should be its own unique thing, because if I wanted to play Borderlands 2 and have all the systems in Borderlands 2, I'd just play Borderlands 2 and not play Borderlands 3 with half-assed systems from Borderlands 1. I think everything should be new in the new game. Like, I don't want to see anything returning.
I feel like if they keep too much, if they don't keep enough of it the same, then it could drive some of the hardcore fans away. Like if you come in with just a completely new game, it's not going to feel like Borderlands, and then
of course
people are going to be like, what is this shit?
Of course, not like just completely remove the game, but like I'd like to see new systems. I like to see enough change for me to feel like this is still Borderlands, but still a new game.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Do you think they should add the ability to redo every mission in Borderlands 3? I think so.
Reset UVHM. Boom.
I think he means just any mission. Like you can just select them. Like I want to do what?
I thought you said every mission.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be cool, but then it'd be kind of OP if you can get your items again.
What's my favorite story quest in any Borderlands game? Tales of the Borderlands. It had a lot of plot holes, but I think the main reason why I choose Tales from the Borderlands is because it's kind of a new perspective. It's you not being a vault hunter. That's the perspective that the game portrays, and that has never been experienced in any Borderlands game.
Right.
So. I do have to wonder, because I feel like that to some degree, somebody at Gearbox is paying attention to the people that are still playing Borderlands and how they're playing it. And I just wonder how much knowledge they have of mainly the community patch, and what if anything they may have seen in it. Then they're like, this is a great idea. We're going to put this in the game.
I'm pretty sure that they have seen the community patch. I know that they're aware of it because they told me. So, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but
no, they post on the forums about that. I saw that.
No, they know about it. They allow you to talk about it on the forums. It's just you gotta realize that posting updates is expensive to a video game. It costs about $40,000 to post. Just a normal update. You realize, well, why is that so expensive? Well, quality assurance from Microsoft and Sony costs so much. They're just the steps to do it. So, unfortunately, consoles are a holdback because of this.
Right.
Well, I had heard months ago that they were looking into a different deployment method, like some cloud-based stuff that would initially drive costs down, but at the same time allow for more frequent updates and hot patches and stuff. Like if the game releases and it's like, oh my god, this gun will kill everything with one click. We didn't design it that way. instead of it taking 6 months for them to deploy a patch in waves, they could do it easier over cloud-based services.
You see,
Right.
they have risks to do with that decision, of course. That'd just completely kill everything. Whatever in terms of, I guess Gebbed or modding, I guess. That just
Right.
completely kill the game with it. But if they're gonna do it consistently and just make sure that the game doesn't need a UCP for it or anything like that, then that'd be good. But mods are always fun. Like I want an enemy randomizer in Borderlands 3, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I want, I kind of still want to use my own guns in some sort of way.
Right.
Yeah.
It would be nice to get that single update, for something that needs fixed on, day one, instead of being like, okay, let's go ahead and put that to the list and send out this update pack of all this fixes we have to do, but we're going to wait till, we get all this stuff figured out first. Instead, they could just simply fix it, and then boom, everybody has it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan so much of cloud-based saves, where where you have to be online to play the game, because that's gonna hurt a lot of people that either don't have an internet connection or they're on a plane and they want to play some Borderlands on their flight or whatever the case may be. But as far as being able to deploy fixes and patches, that'd be ideal, I think.
I think the current system that they're going for, I don't know, I'm just making this out of my ass. I'm not working for Gearbox. It would be that if you're connected to the internet and you log in, then I guess it's just like an advanced hotfix system, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Where like in here right now, they can just pretty much modify the whole game from just hotfixes back in Gearbox. And hotfixes, I think, just cost them nothing. I think what they're developing is just an advanced hotfix system where they can just actually patch the game and make it permanent without having an internet connection. You just have to log into the game, and there you go. You got the update, and now you can just go offline now. I think that's the kind of challenge that they're trying to do. That'd be the ideal situation, but game development is hard, and that's probably why they haven't said anything about Borderlands 3 yet.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're definitely taking a lot of things that the community patch has into consideration, because this is good community feedback. They'd be like, okay, this is what the community wants. Maybe we should not make guns that suck. Maybe we should, maybe they're looking back and for example, the Godfinger. The Godfinger is exactly what it should have been. It's so bad. It's having a white sniper rifle is actually better than using a Godfinger. It's stupid because they limit the fire rate so much and the damage is halved, but yet the Becca is better in every single way than the Godfinger, and it does the same thing but better. So why would you use the Godfinger? It makes no sense.
Right. I just hope Pearls are just actually worth it in BL3 if they return.
Yeah, they just half-ass the guns. I think different people work on different guns. I think that's what it is. Because even the code is messed up. Oh god, don't even let me know. I don't even want to tell you what I saw in the code. It's such a mess. There's so much misspellings.
So many ones and zeros.
So much misspellings in the code. I think the Shredify is called Shredifire, something stupid. Tinderbox is apparently a KFC meal now because they misspelled the I, so it's Tinder.
The Shaman.
Yeah.
Shaman.
That's apparently Master Key, apparently. But yeah, the mechanics of Pearls, the gimmicks or whatever, are cool. The Wonderlust, it humps on enemies. Godfinger kind of splits off into more pellets and stuff like that. That's cool, but if it can't function as a weapon, do damage, that's the biggest thing. If it can't do damage, then there's no point to use it at all.
I think they just need to be the pinnacle gun of that category. So, for example, the Becca has to be the best assault rifle, or the Godfinger has to be the best sniper rifle. They're apart for a reason, or the best Jacobs sniper rifle for that matter.
I feel like at the same time that would kind of go against what you said about Randy not wanting to go back to the proficiency system, because if you have an end-all be-all best weapon, people are going to farm till they get it and then use nothing else.
what if you make it extremely super mega rare then?
Then we'd all be chasing a cobra.
But I mean, like, it gives you a reason to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you a reason. Like, you know, maybe make it an in-game only thing. You can make that. You can make an only drop at OP8,
Right.
for example.
Because as of right now, like, a lot of the blues are better than legendaries. Let's be honest. A mission item, you just complete the mission, boom, you got a better gun than a legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Legendary.
let's go. It's in a puddle of water, and it's better than certain legendaries.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally find a gun in water better than, you know, the Emperor, which is dumb, but whatever.
Somebody had asked earlier what our favorite guns were, and I never got around to answering, but the Last Go is actually my favorite gun in the game.
Yeah, I'm glad it came.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I'm glad it put over to the pre-sequel.
Oh, the Phrygia, right?
Yeah. If there,
okay.
A Song of the Fallen asked if there is a new element, what do you guys think it'll be called?
Water.
Water.
Like, fire-based enemies will be weak to it, and electric-based enemies will not take as much damage.
I would like if there's anything I would like to see. I think Damn It to Hell can attest to this, but I want legendaries to be kind of like exotics in Destiny 2, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Where they look different, they sound different, they have different models, they're unique, you know.
Yeah.
Like they're like nothing else.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas like every other Torque pistol just looks like a different colored herald.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Exactly.
I
I would
agree
like.
with that.
I would like to see actual, unique models to do that, and I know they can do that. It's not that bad to do. I think they could have done it in Borderlands 2 as well, but you know, limited resources and it being limited to console, and I don't know. It's all that jazz.
I mean, to do 87 bajillion different looking guns, that'd be pretty complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's more like 28 guns, but I'm not gonna get to
Or
that.
something, yeah.
When you add prefixes and elements and parts, it becomes a bazillion.
Mm-hmm. That's what kind of drew me in to pick up the game in the first place. Is like, when I watched the trailer for BL1, I was just like, 87 bajillion guns? That sounds amazing. And then when I played it, like, I didn't know parts and all that stuff. And to be honest, for today, I still don't. But it's just like cool. Like back then, like all these guns seemed like unique and all this stuff. But today, it's like we know it consists of parts.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of ruins that thought.
Yeah, exactly. Borderlands 1 was a lot more different than Borderlands 2. Obviously, they're different games, but
Yeah.
I think in Borderlands 1, having a legendary is, you know, like you can find legendaries commonly, but can you find a good legendary is a better question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, see, King Crafty also says the same thing about Fortnite and system. They have that too.
Yeah.
I guess this is gonna be the last question, by the way, and then I'm just gonna have to wrap it up. Do you guys think if Borderlands 3 has mod support, it should be somewhat moderated to ensure players that play legit don't have to worry? Well, there's not gonna be mod support. I can answer that from now. There's just not gonna be a mod support, unfortunately, for Borderlands. It's too expensive, and there's no reason to do it. From a business perspective, like sure, a lot of people do, but are those enough people? I mean, even famous games like big games don't even benefit that much from the cost of getting a licensed software kit. Like it's sometimes it's not worth it. You know, to just put it. That's just the unfortunate truth. Not a lot of people are just going to use it. These are absolute minorities that are going to use it.
Right. Like after seeing Gearbox and how they make their game and all that stuff, basically mod support is something that you enjoy the game, you enjoy the crap out of the game, the DLC, the game's done for, like the game's over. So then an SDK is released, mod support, whatever, and that brings more life into the game. But knowing Gearbox is like their standpoint, I don't think they would do that because it would just kind of ruin the picture of their game, what they made.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to see like I sort of made up mod support in Borderlands by just making console commands, which I'm pretty sure Gearbox knew about, and they're not gonna do in Borderlands 3. So,
Right.
Which, by the way, actually works. This is actually works for Battleborn. Just don't tell anyone. But yeah, no, I think they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna have an official UDK, even though they accidentally left one in Borderlands 1. It's just it's unfortunate that's not gonna happen. But I mean, this is just game development. Anyways, with that being out of the way, this has been a fun podcast. I want to thank SubParLover, even though he's not here, for being our guest. You guys should definitely give him a follow. I want to thank my co-host, Joel's Dude, and Damn It to Hell, and Killer 6, which had to fix his washer, or I think it broke or something.
I think he just wasn't having fun and he just wanted to leave. He's like, they're talking about too much Destiny. I'm just, oh, look, my washing machine is broken.
All right. Well, let's go raid someone, shall we? Let's go raid Frosty. How about we do that?
For sure.
All right. See you guys later then. See you guys in the
Bye.
next
Later.
episode next week. Hopefully I'll be live, for realsies this time. And yeah, see you guys later.
See ya.
All right, that was